What is going on, you guys? My name is SpideyDick64, and here in today's video, this is a little bit something different from me. And that is welcome to my annual Star Wars Black Series ranking list. Now, what these sets of videos basically are is that I'm going to be telling you all, some of my favorite and also least favorite figures from 2024. Now, I was able to make a 10 favorite figure list. I was able to have 10 figures to be a part of my little list here. And so that is what we're going to be going off of. I know that this is a little bit of some different kind of content for me, especially since, I'm mostly known as the diecast reviewer. But this should be a little bit of a break from our regularly scheduled programming. So I guess really with that really being said, let's not waste any more time and let's just get on to the list. Now, before we do go ahead and get into the list proper, just want to go ahead and mention a few honorable mentions here. As of course you can see right here, I'm mentioning the Padme figure from the Phantom Menace in her handmaiden outfit. Overall, it's a good figure, there are just other better ones. Now, I will talk more in depth about that one in another video, which will be a Phantom Menace dedicated video, but that will have to wait. And as for the other figures that I have on here, those being the 2-packs from the Ahsoka series, there's the Clone Trooper 2-pack with the Phase 1 Lieutenant and the 332nd Trooper. Good figures, but there are just better figures that were from this year. And then also the Captain Enoch and the Night Trooper 2-pack. I actually did a review of that not that long ago, but again, it's just a case of there were better figures that were released. Okay, but with that really being said, let's now for real though get into the list. And let's go ahead and get right onto the list. Let's go ahead and start off with the number 1 spot, and that is going to go to R5-D4. Now, this figure right here is mostly just the R2-D2 sculpt, just with a new head. Of course, that being the R5 astromech head. I mean, overall, it's basic, but yet, however, though, it's just so effective. And all that sort of stuff. And hey, a figure doesn't have to go above and beyond to be like, a great figure. Hell, sometimes, figures, sometimes that have, unique sculpting and all that sort of stuff kind of don't typically turn out all that well. And this one was a very pleasant surprise. And this was a character also, too, that I wanted for quite a bit of some time now. So, yeah, R5-D4 is the number 1 figure in the list. And coming up to the number 2 spot on the list is to the new sculpted Mandalorian, or the Glavis Ringworld Mandalorian. What can I say though about this figure? It's fantastic. The sculpt work on this figure goes above and beyond. I mean, that helmet just looks so crisp and clean. Gotta really honestly say that it's really crazy that Hasbro has only made one new sculpt for the Mandalorian. Like, there was only one sculpt or mold that they used. And then here they come and then they make a new one. Which, hey, overall, just an amazing sculpt, or a really good sculpt all the way around. Has the Darksaber, it has, a really good amount of accessories. And it's just overall is a really good figure. And this is one of the few times you're going to see some figures from The Mandalorian, since, let's just say, I'm not a particular fan of how the series has been going. But we're not here to talk about that. So that is the number 2 figure on the list. Coming to the number 3 spot on the list is going to be the Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Now, you might be thinking to yourselves, Spidey, isn't this a simple, reuse? And while yes, it is a reuse, but still, again, it's a simple yet effective reuse. Now, Now last year, of course, Hasbro did a new version of the Phase 2 Clone Trooper. And naturally, they, decided, hey, let's go ahead and do this to the Phase 1. And it came out really damn well. I had never really would have imagined how good this figure would have come out if I didn't have the original Phase 1 Clone Trooper that released all those years ago. I mean, it just completely just stomps over the original one. And once again, I mean, hey, a simple yet effective reuse can make a figure really, really worth their value, I think, certainly in my opinion. But don't worry, guys. That's going to kind of end things off here with the reuse spot here. Now we're going to go on to some newly sculpted figures. And the number 4 figure on the list is, well, I had to include this one, and that is the B2 Super Battle Droid. Now, the thing about Hasbro is that in the past, they really have not had a really good track record with these Separatist droids. The B1 Battle Droid was not that really good of a figure. Hell, I still don't really particularly like it to this day. And then there was also the Magna Guard, which unfortunately was, I think, like the worst figure of the year for me last year. But no, though, this one, though, it's just simply fantastic. We waited a long time for this one, but just everything about this figure, from the sculpt work to the articulation to just really everything about the figure, just makes it chef's kiss, right there. And hell, this figure is so good that I not only bought one, but I bought two. And you might have noticed also too that I had the Phase 1 Clone Trooper and then the B2 Super Battle Droid number 3 and 4. And well, that's because of one particular reason, and that is Hasbro are going to be doing a Army Builder 2-pack with both of those two characters. So yeah, I definitely think that that's going to be a really cool 2-pack release. You definitely know for damn sure I'm going to buy that. So yeah, the B2 Super Battle Droid is number 4 on the list. All right, so now coming to the number 5 spot on the list, and that is Ki-Adi-Mundi. Now this one right here is a bit of a weird one because Hasbro initially delayed this figure for like almost like a year or 2 years, but no, finally it came out in 2024, so I'm just gonna count it here. But overall, though, I mean, hey, this Ki-Adi-Mundi figure, I mean, damn, it is just great. The face, the head sculpt just looks fantastic. The whole entire, body mold itself, 100% a new sculpt, and yet it just, works. It's like, just once again, it's kind of funny how Hasbro, how they give so much care and focus and attention to like all these minor characters, which I mean, hey, I'm not complaining because I mean, I do love me some prequel Jedi. I just really hope that in the future they nail the main characters. Like I would really want them to nail like, Anakin or Obi-Wan and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I mean, Ki-Adi-Mundi, our third Attack of the Clones figure in the list. But we're going to change things up here a little bit to the number 6 spot. And coming up to the number 6 spot on the list is Darth Sidious. Yep. What's funny? A fun fact here. Hasbro has only released 2 different versions of Palpatine. There is the Episode 6 one and this one. I don't know why that's the case. It doesn't make sense to me. But point of the matter is that, oh yeah, this is, goddamn. I mean, what a really great figure this is. Now, this figure has a decent balance of soft goods and also, hard plastic, parts and all that sort of stuff. I think it was a smart idea for them to have a plastic hood rather than a cloth one, because I really honestly think that it really goes a long way with this figure. But no, this figure though right here, really, really one of my favorites. And this is also the first figure in the Revenge of the Sith line. So hey, definitely gonna be getting more Revenge of the Sith figures. And I am really excited for that. So yes, Darth Sidious is number 6 on the list. And coming up to the number 7 spot on the list, and that is the Droideka. So yeah, what's kind of funny is that I already said before how a simple reuse or like a really simple basic figure can go a long way. Well, this one right here is kind of the anti way of doing it. Now, this figure right here is complicated as hell. I mean, like I said before, it is just complex as hell, but I just love it like that. Now, this was, again, another droid. For the longest time, we wanted so damn long in the line, and hell, finally, we freaking got it. I mean, this thing is just, it is just awesome, really, just to look at. Now, unfortunately, for me, this figure is kind of stashed away in way in the behind one of my shelves because I don't have room on my shelves. Yeah, it's been a while since I've shown off my Black Series collection. It probably has to be a future video in the works, but yeah, though, I wanted to include the Droideka here. Definitely was one of the more fun figures that I had with this year, and yeah, he definitely deserves to be on the favorite figure list. And now coming up to the number 8 spot on the list, I think maybe you guys are noticing a trend here. Yeah, half of my list basically is consisting of prequel figures. Hey, what can I say? This has been an awesome year for the prequels. And this certainly right here is certainly the cherry on top. And that is the Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Look, guys, we have been waiting for a new version of this figure for such a damn long time now. And considering that 2024 was the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, just makes it even more specialer. And hell, I mean, Hasbro even knows that this is a great figure because they've released it 3 times. This, the single release, one in the in the Duel of Fates 3-pack, and then also one where he is on his little Sith speeder thing. This figure, though, is just great. The head sculpt is fantastic. The articulation is the best part of this figure. I mean, you want this guy to be agile as hell. Now, while, the sculpt and really mostly of the paint work is just basically a guy in a ninja robe or in a ninja suit and all that sort of stuff. I mean, hell, that's what Darth Maul wore in the movie. So if you're gonna complain about it doesn't have paint, it doesn't have any paint, it just deserves to be on the bottom sheet of my figure list, then sorry. I mean, you clearly, obviously, don't know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, though, this figure though right here though, had a lot of fun with this one, and hell, I even have this figure on my display, like on my little dresser with Obi-Wan from the Phantom Menace. So that's pretty damn cool. All right, 2 more figures left. Let's go ahead and talk about them. And coming up to the number 9 spot on the list, we have the Imperial Armored Commando from Mando Season 3. Okay, so just to change things up here a little bit, we're going to go ahead and include a non-prequel trilogy character, and that is our 3rd character from The Mandalorian. But I mean, hey, what could I say, though? Now, while I was really upset with Mando Season 3, and honestly, I just don't want to think about that season, the Imperial Armored Commando was such a nice addition to the world. And I mean, hell, when I saw these guys in that episode, the Spies of Mandalore, I think it was called, I immediately knew that I had to get this figure. I had to get the figure when they announced it. And what can I say? The figure is just great overall. The sculpt work on it is really damn good. Just everything apart from it is just really damn good. I know a lot of people had complaints with the helmet being too small. Even when I'm looking at this figure, I really honestly just can't see it. Well, then again, I mean, the most... let's just say that the guy that reviewed this and said that the head sculpt was really bad just kind of disregards Black Series figures and just always goes for the SH Figuarts. And doesn't really take into consideration people that don't have $100 to spend on figures to be imported from Japan. But that's just my take on that whole entire thing. But hey, I like this figure. Certainly one of the few Mando Season 3 figures that I got. So, yeah. Imperial Armor Commando is on the number 9 spot on this list. And to conclude the favorite figure list, we have right here Dedra Meero. Okay, I know that some people are probably going to be thinking, Spidey, why the fuck are you including this figure on the list? Okay, now I have my reasons as to why, and that is really quite simply the reason is because I was one figure short on the list. Now, okay, here's the thing about Dedra Meero is that, again, my list right here is biased, okay? This is a biased list, and I know some people are not going to agree with me. Hell, I can probably see some people saying, why do you have this figure on the list? Why isn't this figure on the list? Hey, trust me, I didn't want to do this, but hey, I can't fucking find Captain Brutus for the fucking life of me. Like, yeah, that's the one and only figure that I want to get from the Skeleton Crew line, but yeah, though. But I include this figure, though, on the list, though, is mostly because of a few reasons. My first reason is because I like the Dedra Meero character. I think that she's really an interesting character. Especially, in Andor Season 1, hell, she's, different villain than normal, then, just a whole bunch of Sith guys, with lightsabers. I mean, she's a ISB agent, which is pretty damn cool. At the same time, also as well, I just really overall think that this figure, like, there's something about this figure that completely demolishes the other Imperial officer figure that we got. I forget the character's name, but I did not like that figure though last time around. This one though feels like a definite improvement, definitely for me. And also it's a character I give a shit about. So yeah. Dedra Meero wraps up the list here. Yeah, I know guys. That was probably not my first pick to put on the list, but hey, I don't have Captain Brutus. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, though, let's kind of go ahead and let's end off this video. And with that, that concludes the video. So, I hope all of you enjoy this video. Now, once again, like I said before in the beginning of the video, I know that this is not my usual form of content, and I really honestly don't think that this video is going to get the views that I particularly want and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, hey, though, I want to change things up on the channel a little bit here. I don't really just want to just be known as, the diecast review guy and all that sort of stuff. Now, that's not to say that I don't dislike doing the diecast reviews. I love them. I really do love them. Though, however, though, you got to change some stuff up a little bit now and then. I mean, hey, come on, change is good. And especially heading into this year, you want to maybe make some changes to your life. So that's really kind of what these videos are. Now, I'm going to be uploading this video probably midnight on Saturday, depending on when you see this and all that sort of stuff. Now, do not worry, guys. There will be some new diecast reviews coming out here probably tomorrow and then also on Sunday. I hope all of you enjoy that. And with that really kind of being said, I hope all of you guys enjoyed the video. And with that being said, I will see all of you in the next video, which should come out in like a few weeks or so. I don't know. Anyways, see y'all later.